You're welcome to the Upside Down Show on City TV. My name is Premier Dunyami.
Mine is Nana Tufo, and it's always a pleasure bringing you total entertainment right in the comfort of your homes or from wherever it is that you're watching us.
In fact, we have an amazing show for you tonight, and you know how we do it every Sunday night. Just grab a cup of something that really makes you relax. When we come back from the break, we are going to have a beautiful conversation. The show is proudly brought to you by Vodafone Ghana. Together we can.
Coming up on the Upside Down Show today, we have a conversation with henna artist Sally on the thriving henna industry in Ghana. And later, we speak to comedian and optometrist Obi Amponsa as he talks about the comedy industry in Ghana, right here on the show.
You're welcome back. This is the Upside Down Show on City TV, proudly brought to you by Vodafone Ghana. Together we can. Nana, we are doing something very artistic, something very interesting today, you know.
I mean, something I would have loved to try my hands on, but I don't think I'm good with a pencil or a pen or a brush or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, it's one of the new things that have come up, but they're so beautiful.
But is it new?
It's not necessarily, but then we've really jumped onto it in recent times. It's like everybody wants to do a little bit of it when they have an event, when they want to step out for a wedding. You see it, I mean, when you step out for events, you see it. It's rather unfortunate. COVID has all of us at home now, but yeah, previously when you stepped out, you could see a little bit of it. And it's always intriguing, it's always exciting to see. And then you're wondering, okay, is this permanent? Is this for real? How did they do this? How did they do that? It's just beautiful.
You know, I love the fact that now we are taking the whole art business to a different level. You know, initially when we talk of art, you think of just people painting on the paper or something, but now we are really incorporating arts properly into our fashion, and people are beginning to embrace body art and, you know, stuff like that. You know, at first people look at you in a certain way when they see paintings on your body, tattoos and stuff like that, but maybe we are growing in arts.
I think what ticks my box is the fact that now our talents are getting paid for their handiwork. Because previously, I mean, you just do it for a friend who wants to go somewhere. Oh, come, I can do this for you. Then you just do it for her, and then she's out there. But now people have embraced the fact that it could actually be an industry that will fetch revenue.
Absolutely. You know, the fact that we are no longer looking at people employing us. We are not sitting down to go into formal business, everybody wanting to put on suits and shirts and say, okay, I'm going to, you know, but now people are really bringing out their creativity and they are turning that into businesses and they are making a living out of that. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be doing some henna. You know, if you don't know what it's all about, don't worry. We are going to learn about it and we are going to know all the conversations about henna. Our guest today is Sally Pooley. Please help us welcome Sally. Hi. Hi, Sally.
Hi.
You look beautiful.
So do you.
Thank you. I thought I was going to see arts on your body.
Oh, well, you see. 95 situations.
Oh, okay.
So you do this on the side?
So I'm doing my national service.
Okay, at where?
Ministry of Business Development.
Okay. And you take your hair like this?
I pull a Clark Kent, you know, Superman in and out.
Okay, wow. So how was it been like for you, you know, doing henna, being that artistic? How was it like?
I feel like henna in itself is a whole journey, because you don't start off knowing off the bat what you're going to do or how great you're going to be at it.
Okay.
So it's a skill or a craft that you nurture and grow into something else. I've been doing henna for about almost 4 years now.
Wow.
I started in level 100, so it's been a very interesting path because you find your own style, you learn others, and you adapt.
So did you get training in that?
Yes.
Or you've been trying your hands on stuff?
So interesting enough, I just responded to an ad on Instagram when I got into school initially.
Where?
For Inc. Ghana.
No, like school at where?
Oh, Gimpa.
Okay.
Yes. So I got into school and I thought, okay, I'm doing this whole law thing from Monday to Friday, and sometimes you want to make a little cash, you know, just to keep you happy. So I saw this ad on Instagram for a henna assistant.
Okay.
It was an opportunity created for me by Georgette Jomo. It was wonderful because she was able to teach me how to transfer the ability to draw or create patterns on my own into something that was more alive, something that was actually, should I say, vivid. And so you start to learn more about expression and talking to people and understanding what it is that could actually help them project what their inner beauty is.
Wow.
But how is it done? How is henna done? And what are the benefits in there?
Oh, so that question is very weighty actually, because with henna, the origin of it actually comes from countries like Pakistan, continents like Africa, and then the Middle Eastern continents as well, or countries. And initially it was just used to cool off because it's really, really hot.
Yeah.
But then they realized that there were certain characteristics or qualities in henna that I guess bound to the keratin in skin. And once that was noted, like you can actually stain your skin without going through the pains of getting a tattoo. It became a decorative instrument or tool. So then specific designs were used for weddings or even indicating the marital status of a woman. Yeah, and it was even believed that the darker the henna paint is, the stronger the love between the couple would be.
Interesting. Really? So you create that?
No, it was from studies. Like I had to research on it because I don't believe in going to anything you don't know anything about.
So how do I get a darker henna on my, you know, like what brings about how the color would turn out?
Oh, okay. So it depends on the quality of the ingredient.
Okay.
So I use Jawa ink, which is traditional henna ink.
Okay.
Some people do use, I do forget what it's called, but it comes from a composite of cow dung as well.
Cow dung?
Does it smell?
Cow dung?
No, it's processed.
Yeah.
So there's people who use the leaves, there are people who use the origin from fruit, people use it from seed, people use from cow dung. So it's like variations. But you can't really tell how dark unless you go into the market or speak with the people who sell these things, and then they can indicate. And sometimes they're off seasons when you have like lighter henna, or you might get darker henna depending on the region.
So with what you have said, is there anything spiritual about henna?
Well, that is a very deep question.
Controversial one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think henna, just like other things that involve faith, require you to have like a personal interest in it in that sense, if you will. So if you're doing henna because you have some spiritual connotation, or you believe it should have some spiritual connotation, you know, it goes in that direction. I think it's equivalent to people and how they react to tattoos. There are people who get tattoos because it's just a form of affirmation of what they can accomplish and the journey they want to go on. Is used as memorabilia for some very important events in their lives.
Yeah. You think henna has caught on just as much as tattoos have caught on now in Ghana?
Henna versus tattoos. I think we're in an age where we see more things. Everything is either on social media or you can speak to people without really being concerned about who you're talking to. So has it caught on? It's been on for a bit. The Islamic market will actually preach about how amazing business is. There are communities that thrive off henna. So I think it's just now before it's being popularized, if you will.
Well, I was asking because I want to find out for you if it's paying. Are you looking to build a career, as in the sense of the career out of henna?
Well, I don't know. With henna, it started off as a, should I say, an introductory hobby into something I became passionate about. So as a career, it's dicey. I'm very open to multiple prospects of life, opportunities really.
So how do you charge people when you do the art for them?
Based on the design, the intricacy of the design may demand some more attention and time. Events as well, because you might have like an art festival or even just a gathering or a lunch thing. and you find that maybe you're having a certain quantity of customers or clientele that could either influence the price upwards or downwards. Is really dependent on certain factors like that.
But in terms of fashion, you know, just doing henna for the beauty of it, have we really embraced it?
Henna for fashion? Well, I think we're only viewing henna in a decorative sense, in terms of design. Whereas henna actually extends into beauty, it extends into health as well. But more significantly, henna in beauty is adapting in some sense, where it's now being used to make more permanent design, like temporary makeup.
Okay.
So for eyebrows, for hair dyeing. Some people actually go as far as being able to use it on their lashes. I feel like that's risky.
Really?
Though. It's quite risky though.
So you mentioned their brows. So people are drawing the brows in henna. How long would that stay?
Well, henna does have a probability or the potential to last close to 2 weeks. So that's 2 weeks of slashing out the 30 minutes you used to draw on your brows.
Can you imagine? Because the drawing your brow and getting it right takes forever. You know, you do one perfectly and the other one is all over the place.
All of this.
Okay, so if you do an eyebrow with henna, how much would that cost?
I want to sound pricey. I think about... Well,
no, I mean, let's do it because I'm asking this because the time and the product you will have to use every day in making your eyebrow, you know. If we know that, okay, so it can cost me this much, and I know for the next 2 weeks, I'll have my bath, I'll wash my face, I don't have to worry about eyebrow, then at least we know that, okay, so it's worth considering. So how much will that cost?
Oh, I think 80 cedis is a good investment in good eyebrows.
Well, I think so too.
Well, I don't know anything about that. I mean, this is your conversation.
Yeah.
We could be creative. Well, you know, we could give you some eyebrows.
Oh, wow. You know, I wonder how that's going to come up.
Do men come up for henna design in any way?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
Yes, because...
What do they do?
They do get their eyebrows done.
Really?
Yes.
You should eyebrows for him. He has none. We should bring Fen to
Wait, are these fair-colored men or dark-skinned men?
Why is it relevant?
Yeah, because I'm wondering, if you're as black as I am,
no, but we are black, but we are still drawing our eyebrows. So I don't think
there are
the
people
color...
who are particular about their looks, so I mean...
So the men come in for eyebrows. What else?
Oh, eyebrows. Sometimes they want to get their hairline realigned.
Okay.
No, now I feel your tone.
No, so we are taking this whole thing to a different level. People, so if somebody comes for a total transformation, I want to get my eyebrow done. I want to maybe check my hairline. I want to do stuff. How is the package like? You know, do you have packages? For instance, if you do ABC, it costs this. If you do 1, 2, it costs that.
Okay, so the only thing I'm definitive about is eyebrows, because with that, you know, you can start at a standard price. But with hairlines, it demands a certain kind of, let's say, it demands that you pay attention.
Of course.
Because you don't want to give someone a hairline that they don't have.
So if you have to do something on my hand, how much will it cost? Like just a nice design, something simple. So I don't have any event, nothing spiritual.
Yeah.
I just want the beauty of it.
I just want to be cool.
I just want to be cool, you know, flaunt my hand, you know. So how much would I have to pay to get that done?
Well, first off, art is all about self-expression and what really makes you feel empowered and
okay.
Yeah.
So you don't need an event to validate henna.
Yeah.
You can do it. So something of this length would probably cost you 50.
Okay.
Because of the ink and the pattern. Shorter spaces require more intricate designs. You could do bigger designs, but with bigger designs, they extend.
Okay.
Yes. Something from your fingers to your elbow would probably be about 80, thereabout, 80, 90, thereabout. Again, it depends on the pattern you choose.
And it will stay for 2 weeks?
Yeah, it stays for 2 weeks.
I'll have my bath, scrub myself, everything.
Well, probably not as violently as you'd want to get the COVID off your skin.
I know, right?
Wow.
But, you know, your regular sponge, a little soap of water, you're good.
Is it painful to do?
No. Henna doesn't break skin.
You know, tattoo is painful.
Henna doesn't break skin.
Okay, so it's just painting on your hand.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Sally, so I'm going to join you and then you do something nice for me, something very casual, you know.
All right.
Yeah, cool.
Yes, please.
Nice. Okay.
See how that goes.
So what is inspiring what you're going to do, or you're just going to try something?
Well, at the moment, your personality. I feel like you've got a lot of energy. So
Yeah.
that she does.
It shouldn't take long, right?
Not at all. I'm giving you a simple henna design that's quite popular amongst a lot of young people.
Okay.
Because they do like flower patterns. I think we might be going back to an age of flower child.
You know, because even with our clothing and all, we are going back to that.
Very light, casual, comfortable.
You mentioned earlier that this can last for 2 weeks.
Yes.
But what if I want to take it off instantly? So I get it done for a special event. After the event, I want it off. How do I go about it?
Maybe the best thing is not to get it at all altogether.
Okay.
If that's the case.
Okay, what? So there's not like a solution or something to wipe it off after you get it?
No. Some people try rubbing alcohol, and that's really dangerous because your skin does absorb a lot of what you put on it.
Okay.
So you're just going to end up with a really bad chemical burn from the alcohol and a very irritated patch because you keep rubbing over the same area.
Wow.
Yeah.
That means, well, I'm going to have to wait it out.
Yeah. Or you could like take more showers.
Okay.
Would it help?
Yeah, so soap does have
Should I take my watch off?
Yes, please. Soap does, you know.
My watch has to come off from here.
Sorry. Soap does a lot of cleaning, doesn't it? So, oh no.
Okay.
Okay, I think you just...
You just push it back.
Yeah. So I'll have to live with this for the next 2 weeks.
Yes, please.
Wow. But I think with time, we should find a way to clean it off.
Well, sometimes it's hard to depart from traditional arts.
Yeah.
They're more specific about maintaining a culture than they are about convenience. And so for some reason, I feel like it's just best to respect that.
Of course, I mean, people even do tattoos and they are permanent, so.
But if you do want to fast pace it, definitely just showers.
Keep washing it off.
Keep washing, rubbing it off. Some hand lotions contain enough alcohol that isn't too dangerous to your liver, but a substantial amount to actually gradually work it off.
Yeah.
So you can always do that. We're just about done.
Okay.
Yep, she started to complain. Alrighty. So it takes close to 10 minutes to dry.
Okay, so you have to take a bit of time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I can go back to my seat.
Yeah. You're probably going to have to rest your arm till
yeah, like that. Well, this is beautiful, and you're really good at what you do, and it looks like you know what you're about. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, so if I have to come do something like this, how much would it cost?
Something like this is like about 40 because the pattern is big, and there's also that effect of not spending too much time. That was close to like 5-7 minutes.
Okay.
But if you do have more complex designs that are more, let's say, smaller designs or even bands, circles, some people even go as far as being able to recreate actual architecture brilliance. Yeah. And that something like that is close to like 150. When I have friends who are able to charge close to 200 for just your hand. And there are different types of ink as well. There's white Jawa or white henna. Okay. Which that's really pretty. A lot of weddings tend to employ those designs. And it's also not very common to the market, but something like that, like 40 thereabout.
All right.
Okay, this is beautiful. So for the next 2 weeks, I have a beautiful art on my on my
hand. Somebody wants to find you to patronize your service. How do they do that?
Okay, so that's the itty bitty problem. So I went on a break. I was working for Georgia initially, but she's out studying now. So you could just call me, I guess. You're
not on social media?
No.
Why?
Because my my main area of interest right now has been skincare.
Okay.
So I started making skincare products. So I'm now growing that business. And since I hadn't done henna, let's say, continuously for some time, I felt like it wouldn't be best to keep throwing that push and pull of interest and disinterest and then projecting that onto potential clients. So right now, the people that I do attend to are people that I've done henna for before.
Okay.
Or friends of people that I've dealt with before.
Referrals and all.
Yeah.
Okay, so your skincare products, do you have them on the market yet?
Still working on it. So I did have a pre-launch period. So that spanned from November to early February.
Okay.
So just introduced a few people to the products, then started to sell to the general public.
So what exactly do you sell, and what's the name of your product?
What's the brand name?
So it's called Skin.
Skin.
It's literally called Skin.
Okay.
SKN.
Skin for skin.
Yes, Skin for Skin. So it's called Skin by the organic company. And the main focus, or the main ingredient focus, is all natural components.
Okay.
Because synthetic skincare products, I realized, do have a long-term effect on your liver and your kidneys. Because your skin is basically the largest organ on your entire body.
Yeah.
So as it's absorbing all these things, it's weakening you in some other area. So it became an interest when I started to try to sort my skin out. And you keep getting different recommendations from different people and places, and you see a dermatologist and he tells you this and that. But I thought, let's just go back to the roots. Let's try and see what nature has to offer. And it's gradual, but it's a more permanent effect when you go with natural solutions.
Of course.
Because you're not aggravating the skin, you're not irritating it, and you're not peeling off any layers.
Well, Sally, I must say that we are really proud of you, and amazing stuff you are doing out there. Well done. And we hope that you really come out with your skincare products and also grow bigger in making hennas, making us beautiful. And thank you very, very much for joining us. Thank you very much for my design. And I know that we'll make room for you to do nanas later on.
Thank you for the one I'm yet to get. All right. Guys, you're watching the Upside Down Show right here on City TV. The show is brought to you by Vodafone. Together we can. We'll see you right after the break. Don't go away. You're welcome back. Just gone by was the beautiful Sally with the amazing henna artwork on famous hand. I mean, it looks good from where I sit.
Well, it looks good. It looks good. It's not just from where you sit. It really looks good. I love it. Yes.
Awesome. Well, moving on the show, and I don't think we've done anything like this before on the show. I mean, we've not had somebody come onto the show. And naturally, everything he does is funny.
Yeah. But why are people born like that?
I don't know. He says good morning and you have to laugh before responding to him.
But I really want to find out why somebody would go to school, spend years, doing something in the sciences, and then decide to come back and just make everybody laugh.
Different.
At what point did you notice us calling? Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest is our one and only one who needs no introduction. Please help us welcome O.B. Amponsa.
Okay.
Hello.
Obi,
how are you?
Oh, we are well, thank you, and congratulations.
Are you the host
on
of
being
the
stand-up comedian for EAAs?
Thank you for congratulating me. I'm not the host of the show.
So why are you taking over the show?
No, I mean, I like you guys, so I feel like we have a vibe already.
Oh yeah, we do. No, we like you. We like you.
But how was it though? How did it feel when you were recognized as the stand-up comedian of the year?
It was a good moment, for a year that we didn't seem to work too much because of the restrictions and all that. Yeah. But the few works that we were able to put in were recognized, and so I was elated, especially because it was the maiden. EAA. I like that. It has some international appeal.
Some bougie stuff, the city style.
When I was nominated, I was the EAA nominee.
Yeah.
And then And then I wanted an EAA comedian.
No, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Charlie, baby,
big deal. You know what I'm saying?
No, show us something small.
Like I should do that.
You know, like the way you took the award. No, you know.
Yeah, I love that award. I mean, it was like a virtual. It
Yes,
was a virtual edition. Yes, and then I received it in my hall, the hall of the 2-bedroom. Then I was showing people around.
Yeah.
I forgot that virtual shoes.
You were not wearing shoes. Can you imagine?
But I was in suit too.
Can you imagine?
Because Maggie told me, oh, we just take
portrait.
Ouch.
So the close-up was cool in the shop until I decided to go back.
But who told you to go there?
I forgot. I was showing people where I'll put my plaque.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll put it in front of the TV. Yeah, so I was going back to show them where, and then I realized, no, I know the way.
It was too late.
Yeah, I was like, oh, brother,
Oh, the Amponsa.
I cut it to my car.
But have you always been this funny? Tell us about you growing up and all.
Yeah, I mean, I do not know whether I'm funny or not. It's people who tell you. So usually when you appraise yourself as a comedian, people think like, I don't know.
Hey, really?
Oh my home fan society. You know. People even say we shouldn't laugh at our own jokes on stage.
Hey, why?
Oh.
Yeah, hey, Ghanaian people, when they pay to come and watch you, they say, hey, yeah, my man, yeah, but we see DJs dancing to songs.
You know.
Yeah,
Like DJs do they dance?
oh yeah, they do.
The dance. I mean, forgot the mingle, you know.
Yeah.
That's what
That's actually that's their way of doing it.
Yeah, to vibe with it.
Yeah.
So I started comedy when I was young. I was sent to the boarding house.
That's where.
Brekuma Cap Complex.
Okay.
I schooled in the Brown Afro.
Okay.
And so when we went, the boarding house is usually when it's time for entertainment. We do the variety shows. Some will come and act. Some will, and then it was that time that Nkomode and Okala were in vogue. You know, so I would do the Okala watch. You know, you see that thing. Yeah, that's how I started.
The millennials won't know this.
They won't. They don't know Nkomode. They don't know Chinoko. Back in the day, that was what. Yeah, so. That's how it started for me. And then I had a funny daddy.
Your father?
Yeah, my dad is very funny. So he also complimented my efforts in being a comedian. I became quite professional in level 600, I think, when a friend told me to monetize it because other people are doing that. So I might as well make money out of it. And so earlier it was just for, you know, yeah, to make people happy, try it, share jokes. We are going on trips, I stand in the bar, share jokes and all that. And it took that friend, Margaret Boyama.
Hey, Maggie.
Yes.
Maggie.
Yeah.
Do we need further particulars?
Oh yeah, Maggie is a girlfriend to one of my friends. She advised, and with the help of other colleagues, Bismarck, Richard, Nibote, we all came together to have our first show on campus, UCC.
Okay.
Yes, which was One Select Jai. It was a tree comedy production, which we had, and it was a success. So it started in level 600, and then the story has been.
So what were you studying?
Optometry.
Okay.
Break it down.
Optometry is like opto is eye, and the metry is measurement. So it's basically
measuring eyes.
You take care of the eye.
Hey.
Okay.
You understand?
So when did you finish school?
2014.
Have you practiced in any way?
Yeah, I'm a registered member of the Ghana Optometric Association.
So you go to work?
Oh yes, I do.
When was the last time?
Now I do more of locums.
What was that?
Locum is part-time.
So when the people, your patients see you, how do they feel?
It's fun sometimes in the consulting room. Other people, some people actually take out their phones and start playing videos of you in the consulting room. It's so awkward because when I don't like listening to myself when I'm done performing.
Okay.
As long as the audience enjoyed it. So for some of us, we don't because somebody will meet you and want you to hear that joke you said. I said it. I know. I don't
want you to know that we remember we liked it. You know.
I once had a patient who walked in, and you know that when you recognize somebody and you really want to, so he walked in and said,
on one answer, no one.
And I'm like, come. So we have occasions like that a lot.
But do you get patients asking you to do something special for them?
On
I mean, do something funny for them whilst you're attending to them, or do you inculcate your fun side in their job?
Unless when necessary, and when I say when necessary is for patients who maybe their eyesight is gone, for ones with maybe extensive nerve damages, like the glaucoma case they have is worse. So they just need some tender loving care.
With all this, you know, why would a trained optometrist now be doing stand-up comedy? I mean, would you choose comedy over optometry?
No, I wouldn't choose. I feel like, especially in this country we are now, one plug of income is not enough. And so if you have a talent that will make you realize some amount of money in addition to your current income flow, I think you should pursue it. And in fact, the truth is that talent takes you places where career profession may never take you. Yes, I've performed to the president of Ghana before. I've performed to the Club 100. I've traveled to Nigeria to perform. It wasn't optometry that took me there. It was comedy. And so when it happens like that, it is less for you to sync the two and then see how well it works out for you. Yes, and so I feel like there's no need to choose between the two. All those sources of income are allowed. In fact, I'm a choir master as well at church. So if that one would even bring money, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist.
And then you can't sing.
No, I can't sing, but I can direct the choir.
Where you sit, paint us a picture of the comedy industry now in Ghana.
Well, I believe, and after being a part for a while, for about 5 to 6 years, I think the industry has come of age. Earlier when it started, it was a struggle because the industry had been, how do you say it, saturated with Nigerian comedians, the stand-up comedy industry. And so it was quite difficult sifting Ghanaians into the system because the Ghanaian public had gotten used to the Nigerian kind of presentations. And so when we started, I mean, when my predecessors started, the ones I came to meet, Romanus, Oscar, the fight wasn't for money, it was to be funny. You understand? It was to change the narrative in Ghanaians' mind. So they struggled a bit to clear that.
Pave the way for you.
Yes. So they did their bit. You understand? And then we actually have come to continue. And it's been a while out here. Ghanaians say Ghanaian comedians are not funny. And so the truth is that
first, some of them are not funny.
Exactly. No, at first, that was what people said. I wouldn't say some of them were not funny. I mean, okay, that's what the people said. And so the fight was to clear that misconception. And now it is gone. And so the industry has come to stay. Now what is left is for us to build an industry as comedians, because now people, they put us in functions. There's a national program occurring. They need a comedian. They need an MC, a comedian, wedding parties. So we are available everywhere. And so comedy in Ghana looks quite good. It looks quite good. What is left is structures. Because now that people are seeing us, people are watching our videos on YouTube, people are seeing us on TV and all that, they would like to see us move further than where we are. And so if maybe next week I have a show in Kenya, next week the other week I have a show in South America, I mean, so that they would realize that we are going out of our zone to reach out to others. So that is what is left.
So you've mentioned, you've mentioned putting structures in place. You've mentioned you need to get out there. What would it take? Who has to do what? Is it government trying to do something? Would it have to be maybe you yourself also learning more to broaden your horizon? Because oftentimes you realize that people just recycle their jokes, they recycle their comedy, and then you lose your relevance. Who has to do what to put those structures in place?
So the truth about comedy is that comedy is not like music. Okay, when I say it's not like music, I say it in this regard that music, you can have one hit song, and then play it from 2015 to 2021.
Yes, every day
people
we'll dance.
Still hear it and dance to it. But comedy dwells on surprise. So maybe I'm telling a joke, and then you are not expectant of the punchline. And so when the punchline drops back, it surprises you. You laugh at it. And so the next week, when you meet me again,
that's a big job,
you are just watching me. You are waiting for me to finish with the joke. Like, count, good. And so when you realize that, and coming across a comedy material is very hard. Like building a material that will make people laugh is very hard. And so when you get it, it is prudent that you don't share it with just one person. The other people get to hear it as well. You understand? And so when I come up with maybe a 20-minute material, it shouldn't be limited to just Accra audience. Otherwise, I'll sound like is it redundant, like somebody who repeats himself. And so instead of after performing to Accra, I should go to Kumasi, perform the same thing to them. They also enjoy Sunyani. They also enjoy Techiman. And so before you realize, with this content, I would have toured the whole of Ghana, and then come back after gathering a lot of other content from these regions, come back and build new material. Now we don't have the push. I don't have the push to tour Ghana. Comedians in Ghana do not have that push. Every comedy show we have put together is by ourselves. Or let's maybe Charterhouse is organizing the annual show and they put us on. December to Remember, you put us on. Yes. So unless those shows are occurring, we do not have shows because we don't have the necessary financial backing to move. And so what our industry actually needs is a backbone, a financial backbone. That says, yo, you guys are doing well. Ghanaians need to distress. So how about we tour the whole 16 regions, right? Which all have capitals, which all have conference rooms. So how about we every week or every month we do this region. Every month we do this region. Before you realize, comedians won't be hungry.
So who would have to do that? Can we get maybe the comedians coming together to do this? Can we have, would you appeal to like private
The comedians
people?
are together.
Yes. So would you look at private people pushing, investing money? Would you look at government? Who has to do it?
Everybody who feels or who enjoys our comedy is free to come aboard, because that is what is pushing the Nigeria brand. Rich men attend our shows, enjoy, laugh, and then go home, but do not think we are worth investing in. But Nigerians have that. They, maybe a big man comes to see just one comedian, says, I'll change your life. You understand? Ideally, once you blow in Nigeria, you shouldn't pick Trotro anymore. You shouldn't pick Uber anymore. You should have your house. You should have your cars and all that.
Maybe you won't be living at Autu.
I chose that.
No, but that's where you live?
Yeah, that's where I live. That's where my previous work was. So the industry need a push from private, from corporate, from government. Yes, and I feel like we should be factored into budgets. We should be factored into other conversations. We should come in, especially because when they need us for events, they employ our services. When they are making policies as well, they should include us. Because you don't need too much for a comedy show. You don't need to hire a DJ. You don't need the lighting and all. Just a microphone and good sound. And then just give us people. We'll make the people laugh. Do the rest. Whoever is watching, which camera should I watch and play? Whoever is watching, please, if you want to come aboard, I mean, not if you enjoy us, not if. When you enjoy us, come.
No, so tell them that you enjoy us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so good with you.
They enjoy you. So they enjoy you.
Yes, they enjoy us, our comedy. Come and join us. I mean, support us whatever way you can. We need that strong backing to break out of this myth of poverty that we seemingly find ourselves in. We want to tour Africa. I actually want to sell out Madison Square. It's a huge dream, and I believe it will come true. And so it starts from somewhere. We need that push.
That push would come, you know.
Now we have Marco Kweku going to the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts as deputy. Hopefully, when he is
hopefully he doesn't forget us.
But how did you receive that?
Yeah, what do you make of Mark going there?
I mean, when because for some people when they get there, it's purely politics. You know, what their master says is what they yield to. Usually, omo voice in shade and Drew Musa. You know, and once Mark has gotten there, the next thing you know, he's searching to be an MP, and then it becomes a brother. And so, I'm not saying it may not, but if he decides to work on our behalf, I'll be happy.
Let me find out from you. How do you deal with a bad day? I want to cite an example from D2R. That was 2019. 2019.
Yeah.
When the Mahama joke and then the backlash that came with it. How do you deal with situations like that?
For D2R, it was tough. For me. After the performance, I really had fun. It was one of my best comedy shows. Like the audience were mad, they were crazy.
Mr. Pentua.
The laughter all over.
I still remember that one, man.
So far, if I've ever had a crowd that was so receptive, it was D2R.
Wow.
D2R 2019 crowd. Like they came to party.
Post-COVID.
Well, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, they came to party.
Yeah.
And oh man, it was good. And so when I left the stage, I was feeling my body.
Myself.
Forget it. Just met me out like, my guy is for that.
I know.
And I went on Twitter, man. It was crazy. For some funny reason, those who were bashing me after that joke, previously before that joke, were saying, "Oh, the Obi Amponsa is funny." Funny.
So I hit it.
And then it hit. It was a tough time for me. I almost quit comedy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that
not
bad?
like quit. I almost left Ghana to go do maybe some masters in South Africa and then start as an underground comedian there because I felt like it was something I was doing to make people happy. How does it turn around to sound like I'm a villain who sought to be malicious in my comedy, which I didn't intend to, because even after the joke, I issued a disclaimer in the form of another joke, and then people actually laughed at that. So I felt like it was just comedy, and jokes should be taken as jokes and not out of context, because during that time, the people who were there found it funny. The people who didn't come to the show while we were watching it, said blah 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 blah, and so I was quite depressed.
But that was your baptism of fire. Have you grown tougher skin? Would you deal with a scenario like that better this time around?
Yeah, I feel like as a comedian, you would step on toes,
of course,
obviously.
And the lines are there to be crossed. Otherwise, you wouldn't know there's a line. Yeah, so I more often see myself as like a scapegoat. Like I cross lines so that other comedians would see, okay, that's where the line is. Let's see whether we want to cross it or not. And I also feel like as a comedian, you shouldn't restrict yourself. Like creativity shouldn't be limited. You know, creativity should just be freely given. And so once you are giving it out freely, you should be ready for the consequences as well. And so I've grown to be, because some people were tagging me as an MPP boy, and then we are now in this MPP era, and I'm talking about MPP, and then now MPP people are tagging me as NDC.
Okay, that's what we do.
So you see, you cannot please everybody. All you can do is to be great at your craft. And once you are funny, anything can be forgiven.
Wow, interesting. You know, so we are talking about comedy and all conversation.
Drinkable?
Oh, it's drinkable. It's not for design. Drink. Cheers.
Thank you.
It's for, drink it because you will need it for the next question. Drink. Drink. Add small.
Mix it up.
What's
the name for?
The juice guy. The juice guy.
So this is how Ghanaian advert. And that Ghanaian advert, you see one guy running out of the street, they give him juice. Juice guy.
Yeah.
Wow, this is the first time you're drinking the thing.
So how do you get a joke? So for instance, you are here, you are invited, you don't know your audience, you don't know what's gonna happen, but you come in. What does it take, to make your audience happy? What does it take to make them smile? What would you look at? So we put you in this seat, make us smile, make us laugh, make us happy.
Is it a question? Which is your last
The last question is the question.
It's a demonstrative question.
The last question, the question. Well, it would be a mistake for a comedian not to know his audience.
Okay.
It would be a mistake. Anytime you are built for a show, that's the first question we ask. So what kind of audience am I performing to?
Yeah.
So that you know the kind of jokes you.
So did they tell you come to meet us?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. Because sometimes you go for a show and it's like 70% white men.
Yeah.
And 30%, and all your punchlines are in Chi.
Whoa.
Yeah, you'd have to quickly. So you need to
strategize.
Exactly. You need to know which kind of jokes. If you are going to a school, you know which kind of jokes you are going to tell in schools.
Yeah.
You are going to a church, you know how to make your jokes. And then, I mean, for corporate shows, for club shows, you know, okay, some 18+ jokes can land and all that. Yeah. And for shows like this, what jokes do I tell?
Other people, they want to know.
You know.
So you know your viewers.
So
you know
I should try telling them a joke.
Yeah, you know, you can't.
I hope you guys enjoy this joke. Right?
Well, we hope we do.
Well, so it's the COVID season, right? And I feel like the nose masks are very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ghanaians, for example, Ghanaians are quite hypocritic, and so we find ourselves in situations that require us to use the nose mask. Have you ever been in the situation where you be talking with somebody, right? Face to face, okay? And inadvertently, not deliberately, you know, accidentally, little droplets of saliva from the person. His mouth comes, and the ends on your lip, and you know it's there. Yeah. The person also knows it's there, but you all pretend like, and you get the answer, I'm not kind of, I know you wear the nose mask because, and the nose mask makes us quite forgetful.
Yeah.
I don't like your face.
I don't like my face. Ouch.
The nose mask makes us quite forgetful. I do not know if you have also realized it, but the more you wear it, the more you forget that you have it on.
Yeah.
I remember there was a video I watched. Famia was cooking on the cooking competition or something, cooking show. And then he was in the facial. He wanted to taste the food. It happened to one guy in the church. I seated by him. The church, you know those people that uncouth behavior, you know, those who open the windows and spit outside.
Ew.
I know. And he was wearing the nose mask. He forgot himself. You know what? He started. He started like a Nika. And then the poor. He felt the delivery. He didn't see the landing. He felt the departure, but he didn't see the arrival. He said, hey, where is someone to me? They made look at me and said, I was when you're trying to back to sender.
Oh my God.
Oh, you be too much. You be too much. Oh, this one landed.
Yeah, so that's how we do it. Comedy, for us, a lot of us do observational comedy. We observe stuff. I mean, when I pick the church, I observe how they made changes your name from your real name to the amount of money you give him. These are things you'd watch, and maybe the normal person would just bat an eye and then move on. But we look at these things. You walk into the bank, they have a pen that is hung onto some string. You know, but they want you to trust them with your money.
Your million.
But they won't give you their pen to take away. You know, there are some exactly. There are some stuff that the security men at a clinic now telling the doctor that without a nose mask, the doctor can't enter the clinic.
Can you imagine?
Security man. These are observational stuff. So we observe this and sit down, write, and rehearse, and then make jokes out of them. And that's the problem we have now that fellow Ghanaians has closed their It's a problem for us because for comedians we write and then we rehearse with you know, in auditoriums, in theaters, and so that when we get bigger shows like D2R, we know the content we are taking there. So to hone our skill, we need to practice. Yes. And so an artist cannot just write and then be sitting down. We need to be practicing it in front of live audiences. You know which jokes work and which do not work. And then you decide which ones to tell to other people. But Now that's about a year and a half now, we haven't worked.
Yeah, but are you not taking advantage of digital platforms? Because it looks like COVID is here. If I don't know how long it's going to stay, but maybe we should also look at, you know, taking advantage of such platforms even when theaters are opened.
Platforms like the virtual platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the problem with comedy. You know, comedy is not like music, you know, that you can sing.
Yeah.
Whether there's reaction or not, you move. No. For us, comedy, when we perform, we drive, like you guys were laughing at the joke. I know the joke is funny. Now I can tell another joke.
Okay.
You understand? But when you are performing to a virtual audience behind the camera,
in your two-bedroom house living room.
Yeah, when somebody types LOL, usually when we type LOL, you know the face we used to type LOL. LOL. Like,
you know, and you said that emoji that is laughing, meanwhile you're like,
oh. Exactly. And so when you are performing in a virtual, and you'll be performing in a virtual show, and Malam Natia will be under the comment section.
Yeah.
Selling big bottles, medicine and all that. So yeah, so
that guy, how many friends does he have?
That man, you can delete his request. You go and change
instantly.
His name, to Winifred Natia. I'm like, well.
Okay, so you are the EAA stand-up comedian of the year. That's beautiful, you know.
Congratulations, bro.
Once we have you on here, we're going to do the honors.
Yeah. Firma is going to present to you.
No, maybe we should do it together.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You know.
Oh, are you sure you want me in this?
Yeah.
I say,
I mean, it's
sandwich here, carry hard way.
Yeah, threesome is fine. So, in a presentation of an award.
English to defend it.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so
this is beautiful.
Dear Obi Amponsa.
Oh.
Entertainment Achievement Awards 2021 Stand-Up Comedian of the Year. We are so proud of you and congratulations for amazing job.
Making us laugh. Don't go and do my speech.
They'll give your speech.
Give your speech.
Acceptance speech. We are emotional.
That's my camera.
That's your camera.
Hey.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? that poor boy from Brekum. Entertainment Achievement Awards, TFM. I appreciate you. To my brother Afri, who has been using my name to chase women, this is for us. My sisters Olushia and Obapa, and my mom for prayers, and my daddy for the funny jokes. My friends Lexi, Ojo, Jerry, PJ, all of you, and to all my political followers, man. I'll keep offending you. I love you all. Thank you so much. Siti, thank you so much. This is awesome.
Oh, my number.
And you want me to say? You're right. You have to come with the dance first, right? Pam Shino, Noah Pam Shino, Nansui Baba, Pam Shino. You have heard Noah before?
Yes, Noah.
Pam Shino.
We have one in our office.
You guys play too much at funeral, so we have stopped singing it in church.
Alright. You know, there's never a dull moment when we have to hang out with you, Obi Amponsa. Congratulations, you know, for being the stand-up comedian for the year. This is Entertainment Achievement Awards, and thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
Obi, see, let me ask you this one. What kind of joke would you stay away from? Like you run away from? Religious kind of joke, political joke, financial joke, social joke.
COVID joke.
None. Maybe rape jokes. Rape is
no go in.
Let's leave rape. Rapists are deranged. So I mean the person is in an ordeal already. There's no need.
I mean,
sorting their wounds. There's nothing funny about it, and so I wouldn't do jokes like that. And the truth is that when I do jokes, I do not do the jokes because I know somebody I'm directing it at. I do the jokes because I have an audience that I need to entertain.
You're not throwing shades.
Exactly. So if maybe I'm doing a joke about stammering, which I have a friend Bafo who stammers, okay, and so I'm doing a joke about how he relates with me, and you have a stammering person in your family. I do not know that person.
Of course, don't be offended.
So, exactly. I won't deliberately address you. Exactly. So jokes should be taken in the context of a joke.
Yeah.
You understand? When we do that, we all enjoy stand-up comedy.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you very much, Amponsa. It's been an amazing evening hanging out with a very, very funny OB Amponsa, who is also the stand-up comedian of the year 2021. Of course, it's an EAA.
Hello. Yeah.
All right. So thank you very much for watching. This has been the Upside Down Show on City TV. My name is Premier Dunyame.
And mine is Nana Tufo. The show was brought to you by Vodafone. Together we can. So we'll see you again. Many thanks for the pleasure of your viewing company.
Together, we can.